Hey everyone, it's been a while. I have decided to make a video that I felt like I needed at the time that I could not find on YouTube. As of yesterday, my mom has been deceased for 3 months. My mom passed away December 23rd, exactly 1 month after her 68th birthday, from pancreatic cancer. I am not going to make this a tearjerker, but I'm going to share with you guys what happened. My mother unfortunately had a stroke in 2014. If you don't know, I am a millennial, but I was born to a boomer. My mother was born in 1954 and I was born in 1990. 2020, she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. I, of course, continued to care for her the way that I was doing after her stroke in 2014. Now, the things that I have done, I'm going to share with you guys since she's passed. And I'm going to share with you what it was like. Okay? I called the paramedics on my mom on December 17th because at that time she had already been placed on hospice, and we had been told earlier that month that they were no longer going to provide treatment. The plan was to keep mom at home in her own bed, as that was her wish. But because what I believe, just from my own eyes, that her lungs began to give out at home. So I called the paramedics and she was transferred to a different hospital, where there she was treated and she began her hospice care. I then had her transferred to a nursing home very close to my home. And unfortunately, she did not make it 3 days. So I was there and I watched it. And I will tell you that it is nothing. It is nothing like the TV, or I've never seen anything like this before. And if you have the opportunity to experience the pleasure and pain of watching someone pass away before your eyes, it will stay with you for a long time until you have another image of them. My mother did not have a funeral, but I did have a private viewing for myself, which really helped. Now, I have not been working full time since June of 2022. And because of that, I have had the opportunity to take as much time off as I've needed. But in the moment, I was very, very still. Shock takes more than 3 days to wear off. And I believe that I have been in shock maybe up until a few weeks ago. I have picked up her ashes. They are here in my apartment. I have done all the paperwork needed, and I am currently in the process of going through her things. The things that I have done for myself, in addition to taking as much time off as needed, is I have taken things slow. I did not rush myself to go through her things to get rid of, donate and so forth. I also bought myself a Polaroid image printer, which is just stunning. It prints beautiful pictures. And I created a photo album for myself. Printed out, the recent pictures, the past pictures, stills from cool videos that I've taken from my mom. And I have also included photos of events that have happened after she's passed away. And here and there, when I've looked at it, it's helped remind me that, there's still more. Because in the moment and for a long time, you will feel very lost. I had to remind myself nearly hourly, the first maybe 2 weeks, that I would not be speaking to my mother as many times as I would speak to her in a day. I had to remember that on Tuesdays, which were the days that I would take her to chemo, I am not taking her to chemo. So reassuring yourself is very helpful. I went on YouTube and looked up videos, that others have posted regarding losing loved ones. TED Talk has been very helpful as far as me learning how to properly process grief in a healthy way. And it's just weird. So depending on, I would say, your perspective on your existence, you may or be able to deal with this a lot easier. I fortunately and unfortunately did have the opportunity to see my mother completely, lose life in herself physically. So I know others who have and will lose their parent or loved one instantly. So I can say that has helped with my ability to process the situation, because this was not sudden and I was not blind to it. We are at the age where, and I'm speaking to those millennials and Gen Zs, that our parents are now the new grandparents. And the ailments that we watched others go through, we may now have to watch them go through. My mom is not the first person I've lost to cancer, but she is the first person that I have cared for throughout the entire diagnosis. I cannot say whether I recommend doing this. I will support, and I fully support, and I expect those around you to fully support the decision, provided you make it, to care for someone during their roughest time. It is not easy. And for those who exist on a reward system, there is no reward at the end. You either want to do it or you don't. You will not be able to breathe for a while, and it's okay. And you're going to cry 4 or 5 times daily, and it's okay. And it will eventually subside as you will realize that it is something that no one can escape. But it's time to take a look at this because you don't want it to destroy you. Sweatshirt I have on is my mom's, because she did lose a lot of weight. In the end, the clothing that she did have was close to my size, and I have taken those clothes that I found so far, and I have worn them here and there, and I believe that this has helped me a lot. Another thing that I've done, and that's in addition to making the photo album. Another thing that I've done is the food that was left over, I've given it away, and some of it I've already cooked and I've, eaten. So that has helped in some way. Food is helpful, and I'm eating this food and it reminds me of my mom. So yeah. But it's weird. It's like entering a whole new world and just living a whole new life. I also got a new phone instantly. I got a new phone like the next day. So I was able to save the voicemails and the pictures and, have those things, to save. Here and there, I will listen to what I need to when I want to, and that's okay. Watching interviews of deceased musicians, actors, and actresses have helped. Watching Robin Williams has helped. And food has helped. You gotta eat. Eat what you want. When you care for someone who's sick, you have to care for yourself first. One thing I knew is that when I decided to continue to care for my mom, is that food was going to be my best friend. So you gotta eat. You gotta eat. If I come up with anything or remember something more, I'll come back. All right.